If you're shopping for or even just looking to learn about swords, you might come across some terms you don't know. And that can make it difficult to find or know exactly what kind of sword you want. In this video, we're going to walk through the different parts of Western swords, like medieval European and Viking swords. Whether you're new to swords or an avid collector, keep watching to learn more about one of the most iconic weapons of all time. At its most basic level, a sword has a blade and a hilt. The hilt is further divided into the guard, grip, and pommel. Of course, not every sword's blade looks the same. When talking about blades, it's important to look at the cross-section. So imagine if you were to cut the blade and take a look at the shape of where you cut. Some blades have a diamond cross-section, showing that the outer sides of the blade are thinner and then widen in the middle of the blade, creating a visible ridge on the front and back. A hollow ground blade is similar to the diamond cross-section but more extreme, tapering quite narrow at the edges. What do these types of silhouettes mean for the sword? Diamond and hollow ground cross-sections can help to lighten the weight and are commonly seen in cut and thrust swords. Another common blade aspect is the fuller. This is the groove in the blade that can also help lighten the blade without compromising strength. Some swords can have wide fullers, narrow fullers, or even more than one. Moving from the surface of the blade, let's talk a little bit about the structure of your sword. Another word you might come across while looking into swords is the word tang. The tang is the part of the blade underneath the hilt. Think of the grip of the hilt as scales that surround the tang. Full tang means the tang goes all the way to and often through the pommel. This kind of sword structure makes the sword sturdy, so it's how most functional or battle-ready swords are made. Now let's move on to the hilt, starting with the crossguard. The crossguard is a piece of metal that is typically perpendicular to the blade. Its main purpose is to protect the wearer's hand from opposing sword strikes. Innovation in sword structure resulted in differently shaped crossguards over time. Some are more angled to deflect blows or protect the hand in different ways. You can see the different levels of protection for the hand throughout these sword styles. The grip of a sword is next, and will usually have some kind of covering or texturing to give it a better hold. For example, this can be leather wrapping or wrapped in wire. Finally, we move to the pommel. For most European sword styles, the pommel is meant to counter the weight of the blade and help create a well-balanced weapon. The final part of a sword we'll go over isn't the sword itself, but its most common companion, the scabbard. A sword scabbard is what covers the blade while carrying it. These are often made of wood and then covered in leather. They typically have parts known as the chape and throat. The chape is the metal part that covers the area that aligns with the tip of the blade. The throat is at the top of the scabbard, near where it meets the guard of the sword. These are typically made of some kind of metal and can serve either as reinforcement to the wood and leather structure or as decorative elements. Now that you know the parts of a sword, you'll be well equipped to choose out the perfect one for you at Medieval Collectibles. Check out the link in the description to shop these swords and so much more. And if you like this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel. As always, thanks for watching.